It's 105 years since Armistice Day 1918.
Yes, absolutely.
And I wear this pin once a year, and it's not a political statement, it's just to say a thank you. That's it. So it's not often you can say that you know exactly where you were at a certain moment, on a certain date, 40 years ago, right? I don't know where you guys were, but I was, like millions of others, I was sat in front of the TV, waiting for the start of a new series, and I'd never seen it finished. The actors, when the actors finish the filming, they're off, you know, they're on to new things, and then the post-production starts. So I had no idea of what was on its way. And I think I was actually more shocked than everybody else. I couldn't quite believe what I was seeing. I mean, I knew I was in it, but this, this thing that they created, it was extraordinary. It was extraordinary. I couldn't actually take it in. It was really weird. This loud, this irresponsible, antagonizing, you know, choose your own adjective. And yet,
Geordie!
And yet he had a kind of innocence and a kind of charm, dare I say. And that's where he and I obviously diverted, because I don't know how to do this. I wasn't around when they were dished out. So it was a big shock to me, and I didn't dream I'd be, I mean, the idea, you know, the idea that we'd be here 40 years later, because people like Andy and me who do a fantastic job keeping this flame burning, I've got to say. And Lesley, is Lesley here?
Yeah.
Hi Lesley. You know Lesley, let me just say quickly that Lesley is great at everything I'm crap at. Lesley engages with all the Auf Wiedersehen fans, she gives them her time, she shares her memories of filming on the show, she's always available to them, and I take my hat off to you, Lesley, because you do everything that I'm crap at. Okay? So, so what time is it? God, we don't want to miss the 9 o'clock deadline. What can I tell you? It's just extraordinary that it stood the test of time. 40 years. I mean, none of us dreamed it would be talked about. I did an interview with Radio 4 yesterday, and we talked to Martha Kearney about Auf Wiedersehen. I mean, I just saw a clip of the Healy.
Yes.
And, where is he? New York?
Yes, in New York.
He's touring with the 1975. See the show. I don't know what Manny's fans will make of that. Don't mention the score, by the way. Just have to sit through that. Traumatic couple of hours. So, I'm here, okay? I'm here. Andy asked me if I would, he said, would you just, you know, the guys would love it, just shouting bollocks. Like a real questions after. I said, I'm not doing anything like that. And then I came down off the ceiling and I thought, you know what, why not? So here's a broadside, okay? Oh, bollocks! Oh, double bollocks! I can't find bollocks! I think that's all.
I'm made up here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm made up.
I'm not, this sort of thing doesn't come naturally for me. I'm not a good public speaker, but I wanted to be here tonight just to share this with you because it's a fantastic thing, and it's so wonderful. I know the actors feel the same way. It's so wonderful that people still love the show. They still love the show. So thank you. Thank you very much. I'm a faith, I'm doing it. You're doing a bit watching it. So thank you. Right. Get cracking.
Okay, right. Few questions. Quick fire round. Is that okay with you?
Cool.
Right. These are coming from France, right? These are coming from France. So, big intake of breath. Favorite Auf Wiedersehen pet episode?
It's going to be this one, hasn't it? Yeah. It won't even watch episode 1. Because at the end of this hour, my life changed completely. It was never going to be the same. So it has to be what you're about to say.
Brilliant. Okay, next up, favorite Auf Wiedersehen pet character other than yourself?
Oh, tempted to say McGowan. Only because Michael, I think, was the polar opposite of McGowan. He was the most gentle, caring, non-violent guy you could ever meet. He was always smiling. Well, I had a lot of fun with Michael. I was on a drink in those days, 40 years ago, and he and I had a lot of good times, and he was a charming man. Unfortunately, the drink got the better of him in the end, but it was a measure of his acting, he was terrifying. And there's a lovely picture on your site of, I've got my chin on his shoulder, and he's sort of giving a very strange look at me. It looks like I'm doing something illegal to him.
In the box, he was one in the box.
Right, and it's a lovely thing, because it reminds me of Michael as he was, a really gentle guy. And listen, so I'll nominate McGowan.
That's pretty good. This is a good one. Favorite Oz one-liner?
I'll tell you one thing, though. Sex is in its infancy and
Okay, are you ready for this one?
Go on.
The underpants story.
Okay. I was trying to get some really rotten underwear. These guys were supposedly sleeping in a hood on a building site. So I was sort of the costume department tried dyeing new wiggers with they put tea bag in. And nothing worked. Nothing was crusty enough. I was walking into the hood, and Kevin Whaley was cleaning the windscreen of his car with an old dirty rotten rag. And he left the rag and we were chatting, and I said, "What's that? What is that?" He said, "It's just an old pair of cakes." I said, "Oh, "Are you wash your windscreen?" I said, "No, I've got another use plan." So that's how they were actually Kevin's neighbours originally. Although he probably not admit to it.
Right, BBC or ITV?
ITV.
Yeah!
So really, because it started there. I mean, I'm going to tell you, they didn't want to make the show. I remember the executives, working class Johnnies on a building site, bricklayers and Jim. Who on earth is going to want to watch that? Well, there you go. But I'll go that. Series, and the reason is that when we did the first series, and it was a series of self-contained single episodes, and there was a story each week, and you could have actually changed the running order around, and it worked really well. And then it was so successful that the TV company wanted a second series. And the second series, Digging In, decided, for reasons of their own, that they were going to make it serialistic, which meant that at the end of one episode, the story would pick up where it left off at the beginning of the next. And it was asking so much of the viewer, in my opinion, if you missed a week, what kind of, you're kind of in danger of getting it overlooked, forgetting, not knowing what was going on. And my view was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, series for me.
Brilliant, okay, yeah, great. Okay, so we've got, this is...
Have you got any more?
Yeah, lots. Yes, we've got thousands of questions, so thanks. If you submit your questions, thanks so much. So, we've got...
I rule the world.
You said like TV is it rather than BBC. What about Series 1 or Series 2?
Series 1. I did enjoy working on Series 2. There's a lot of chatter on your site. Well, there's quite a bit of chatter about me taking over the show. Series 2. And the reason I was unhappy was I didn't want to do it because I didn't think it could have the authenticity and the truth of the first series. And it actually started filming the second series when I was, I'm not saying bullied, but I was controlled in signing on. One of the actors said to me, listen, if we make this show and ours isn't in it, the audience are going to feel shortchanged. Yes. So I thought I can't argue with that, but I was uncomfortable with the just stuff, when I was things in the Country and Western Club.
Good. Stop singing.
Big money. Big money. I like to media. I don't have a man. No, the thing about that was Stan approached me because he had 30 hours to film, and he said, I read in the job at the time, Stan, one of the writers, said to me, how would you feel about singing in an episode? How good you have all singing? I said, well, it's stretching the bounds of plausibility. I mean, it's getting further and further away from the truth that we had in the first series, the authenticity. But Ryan wrote it, so he wrote it. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Merle Haggard. So I hadn't heard anything by Merle Haggard, so I get familiar with Merle Haggard. Thankfully, he was a great songwriter. So I took up on and recorded that song, I probably myself. But it was something that was, they were desperate to fill 13 hours, and it was an idea to do that. So,
look, can we just show appreciation for Jimmy's version of that track? Wasn't it fantastic? So, next one, most misunderstood of your perfect character.
Oz? Well, we're going because he was a pussycat, really. Most misunderstood. I think Oz, because he meant well. Do you know what I mean? He got it wrong, he wasn't, there was nothing really vicious or vindictive about Oz. He was a clown, really. And he'd say anything for a laugh, and get a laugh. And so I think a lot of people misread it. So
Wonderful. I'm not too sure if I should ask this one, but should I ask it?
Yeah! We've only got 10 minutes to get going.
Anyone you didn't see eye to eye with in series 1?
Not really.
Oh.
No, really. Honestly, it was the best job ever in the world. Okay, I landed, I knew nothing about acting. Thank God I landed with the best acting teachers in the world. Those guys I was surrounded by, they were so patient. I knew nothing about anything when I started my job, but by the time I finished it, I learned so much from those guys and all the actors. everybody, but those guys were so patient with me. The only person, I don't tell you, but the casting director said to me, because I knowing nothing about it, I said, now what about fees? And he said, oh, actually, of course you'll be on a file, maybe on the highest, maybe on the highest fee of all, because you've got so much to do. And I said, well, I don't expect to be on the highest fee, but I'll be a bit pissed off if I'm way behind everybody, that's all. He said, oh, no, absolutely, I give you my word. And I said, well, now you've said that, if I find out that you're filming, I'm going to be doing it. Well, this was a guy, he was a very little gentle guy, around 4. So, I'd been on the set half an hour, and there's loads to talk about. They all started talking about what I'd been paid. So I quickly found out I wasn't the best, that was the worst by miles. And that was fair enough, I didn't mind that because I was a newcomer. But I went on with Barry forward. And I said, now Barry? He said, yes, Jim, yes. I said, Barry, now I told you, I said, if you ever make another one of these, that's when I'll come up for you. So I don't worry about the next one.
So tell us something you couldn't possibly know about obvious effect.
You guys know way more than me. I don't know, that's it. Does anybody know what our nicknames were on the set? No. Does anybody know that? No. Well, okay, Tim was known as the chairman because he was kind of solid and dependable, and he was, so he was the chairman. He was supposed to keep us all in check, which never really worked. Barry, Timothy was known as Sir Timothy because he was acting aristocracy, and I thought that was quite right. Kevin was known as the altar boy because he looked about 40. And you know why we landed on this one, but my nickname was Dangerous. Go figure. Chris, I can't remember. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I'll let you know if I forget.
No, I didn't know that. That's the first one for Lee and I. We're okay for time.
5, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8.
Okay, Merle Haggard or George Harrison?
Oh, well, I'm a fan of Merle. George was a friend, so I'll have to land on George and that one. I was part of George for the last 10 years of his life. Good friends, and he was a magical human being. So I love listening to Merle, but I love George. So that's me, George.
Wonderful. Okay, this is interesting. The Tiger video, Forty Manor, and the Sunburn video in Hood Bay, were the group's reactions for real, or were they acting? Because we've got a lot of people saying that was for real.
Okay, the Sunburn one, I think what Roger did, because nothing was a surprise, everything was written down, right? We knew Tim was going to come in with a radish-like face. So we knew what was going to happen, and I think what Roger and Rebecca was clever about, he sometimes quietly run the camera when we were messing around.
Yeah.
So I think when I was laughing, I think I was probably just laughing at somebody's wisecrack, and he'd make that, he stitched them all together.
It's just
the video, I honestly can't remember. I'd like to think we'd seen it, but I honestly can't remember.
It's incredible scene. Right, what else have we got?
Not anymore.
No, we've got 6 minutes or so. Was it real beer?
On set?
Yeah.
That depended. Pat never touched beer with drink, so Pat would. I said to him one day, it looked like he was drinking an ice cream sundae, like a head on it. What's that? Drink. I said, what is that? He said, oh, it's non-alcoholic lager. No, this was 40 years ago. It was real. It tasted like water out of the radiator of your car. And I said, what is it? He said, I think it's Caliber. So, still, of course, Pat was so easy going. Honestly, he let it and he just great guy on this part. But Chris never drank on the set. Tim never drank on the set, too professional. Tim Healy, no. Kevin, no. Gary, no. Gary was I used to drink with Gary off set. Gary was on a brandy, but that wasn't available. I actually tried, one day I was drinking up stuff that they gave me. I got more in the king that would just come down. I said, yeah, what is this? I said, oh, I don't know what it was. I said, look, you must be as authentic as I could be. I said, if you want the authentic reaction of a guy drinking beer, who believe beer. So on to the club, guys, get him some beer. So I quickly realised that I'd make a few sweets, but you can't work with it. There's just too much to do, there's too much to concentrate on. And when you're part of an ensemble, you've just got to be on it. So it was primarily not really.
Oh, is it like?
Sorry.
Okay, so this is all about looking back to 1983. Is there anything? 4 minutes, we've got 4 minutes.
3 minutes,
and is there anything you do differently looking back at 1983?
Anything I do differently?
Yeah.
Well, I don't watch the first series because I only see things that I think stomping around like a bull's trying to store. So,
lock the hood of your car.
there is, of course, the scarf. Okay. I think if I could go back in time, I'd beg Dignity to write it slightly differently. I know why they did it, and I know why it had to happen, but for a diamond in the wool, Newcastle United supported it was like Clark Kent putting some kryptonite around his neck. So I think there is for anybody who's upset by it, there is a solution. You just go on the Zappa and note the colour of the so you want everything in black and white. Pickle juice? What's the question?
Was it real?
What else could it have been? No idea if it was. It was just a jar of pickles, and I never mentioned it. I didn't mention what I was going to do to lovely Kevin Lloyd, he's no longer with his lovely Kevin. I hadn't told him what I was going to do, so when you see his reaction, it's for real.
It's real.
Yeah, no, it was pickle juice.
Okay, what we got? Who really kicked the ball through Arthur Pringle's window?
They took me 2 attempts, but there was some talk that somebody, some professional footballer who come from Nottingham Forest.
Okay, we're still looking back, so we're not. Well, no, we're not. One more question from me, one more question. Would you fancy doing something next year? Is there, some sort of 4 years or something?
Let's talk about it there.
Please.